See, Larry. Howie, it's cold. I told you to dress warm, man. And I did. And I'm still cold. Should I get a blanket? Do you want my cap? I'd rather get inside. What are we doing here again? Taking pictures. Oh, right, for your final project. Well, let's try to do this as fast as possible. I got a lead on a place in Yaletown that could be perfect for us. I figured we could swing by on our way back. Investigative. There it is. The ulterior motive. It's not an ulterior motive if it's for both of us. I just want to help you finish the project so you'll stop putting off our hunt for an apartment. We need to settle on something fast before all the good ones get taken. I'm not putting it off. Dude, every time I try to show you a place, you find some lame excuse why it's not good enough. I mean, I want a nice place too, but we gotta find something. Yeah, I know, you're right. Alright, I can see this is stressing you out. Why don't we just table this until you've taken your shots? I don't want to mess up your final project. Yeah, sorry, it's just sometimes it gets me nervous. Let's get to work. So this final project of yours, where do we start? Right here. Point to the clock.
Yeah.
Grandfather's steam? Sure. That's it though? Just one snap and we're done? No, I think we need more than that. Some surrounding shots to build the mood. Show off Gaston for what it really is. What did you have in mind? Plenty of characters here, stories they can tell. Would make for great pictures. That's settled then. Where do you want to start? Start with the portraits. Yeah, might as well, considering the state of the clock. Investigate. I noticed. Looks like one of its hands is missing. Weird. Think it fell off? By itself? No chance. Something or someone must have broken it off.
Huh?
You think? What a weird thing to steal. What now then? That's it. Time to do some detective work. I guess so. Ready to go? Yeah, ready to leave. See, this is a much prettier spot than the, where we were. The ugly gray place. I mean, the art was still good, but like, here you really see the artwork of the game on display. The shepherd. If I was a god, I think I'd try to look less creepy. Man covered in snow. Oh shit, it is a dude. Are you okay, sir? Who's to say, boy? You? I'm not entirely sure. I suppose. Depends on how the remainder of the day plays out. But if you're asking if I have any pressing needs, then no, I'm perfectly content. Want me to brush that snow off you? Oh, of course not. That would defeat the whole purpose of this little game I'm playing. So what are you doing exactly? I'm trying to determine if it's possible for one to establish a non-transactional relationship with geezers. Geezers? Well, you see, every day for the past few years, I've been coming out here to feed the local geezers. I felt like we had established a rapport, a trust. But the other day, I forgot to bring my trusty seed bag, and they looked at me like a common stranger. It's then that I realized that maybe I've just been a middleman to them all along, a bag bearer. Lord. Maybe they think you and the bag are one and the same. Without it, maybe they don't recognize you. An interesting hypothesis, and one not too far from my own. That's why I've hidden the bag, you see, and I'm staying as still as physically possible. And why exactly are you staying still? Well, I've seen plenty of geezers establish bonds with inanimate objects when there's nothing for them to gain. Statues, bike racks, fire hydrants. So I'm trying to discover if it's possible to develop a similar bond. What are you hoping to get out of that exactly? I certainly don't expect to be writing any important papers on it, if that's what you're asking. It's interesting enough in its own right to think about geezers and their perception of the world, don't you think? Sitting here, motionless and observant, it is a pleasant enough deviation from my normal routine. Normal routine as in a job? Happily retired, thank you very much. And I'd wager you, since we're on the topic, don't even have a job to retire from. Let me guess, you're a student? How'd you know that? Your voice, youthful, yet to be marred by the realities of life. I'm guessing you're here for the purpose of an assignment, either creative writing or photography? Photography? A Thaddeus Rocker. I taught a few buildings down from yours, you see? The Chauncey Billingsley Department of Physics. I'm guessing Chauncey was an odd one himself. But he was long before even my time. I digress, though. Is there something you need? I was wondering if I could ask you some questions. Alright then, what can I do for you? Screw it, he's interesting. I actually do like him. I'd like to know a bit more about you. Okay, well then, ask away. Let's see. Do you still have some of that bird seed? I do, but it's sealed tight so as not to interfere with my geezer gambit. Okay. If you weren't intent on feeding them today, why'd you even bring it? Well, you see... Oh, that is a good question. Force of habit, I suppose? I don't suppose you need some bird seed. Sure, I'll take some off your hands. Splendid. Just make sure the geezers don't see you doing it, alright? Thanks. Now let's get back to you. Any luck with the geezers yet? Not yet. But that might be due to the cold. I think it might be that they can see my breath. Throws off the statue motif I'm aiming for. Try holding your breath. Maybe you could retry in the summer? It may have to come to that, but I'll give them a few more hours. It might just be that they're shy. Can I ask you some more questions? Any idea what happened to that clock? Oh yes, it's missing a hand, isn't it? Any strong feelings about that? Not necessarily. Shakes things up a bit, I suppose. If I can, I try to avoid staring at the time nowadays. Any idea who did it? I'm afraid not, no. I can keep watch for you from now on, but I doubt I'll be much help. You see, I seem to have come down with a mild case of snow blindness. Thanks anyways. Anything else I can help you with? Yeah, there was one thing. Mind if I take a picture of you? A picture of me? Why? Why not? Well, it stands to reason that you would have, well, a reason. In which case, I'd like to know that reason. Isn't act of photography enough of a reason? The act? How do you mean, boy? You've piqued my interest. I didn't expect a comeback. I thought that sounded kind of deep, and he'd be like, man, you're really cool, and just agree to it. So, that's unfortunate. The reason is born during the act of photography. Its quality is only known after the picture is taken. Art is an expression and as such needs no reason. I don't need a reason to smile either, do I? I mean, people normally have a reason to smile. Never thought of it like that before. I suppose that's why I never lectured in the arts, eh? Very interesting, my boy. I won't argue. Shoot away. Oh, cool. I kind of want to get the other guy in it too. But I like this framing with the birds. Bam. Well done. Think it will come out all right? I didn't move, did I? Stellar. Thanks, man. Fair enough. Anyway, I'm off. Later, snowman. I like that dude. I don't know why, I just dig him. That's Larry, Grandfather Steam, the goddess. Huh. Pretty sure Freya's got a statue of her in her dorm. Cafe. Nice, I'm a messy king too. Balco. Okay, the cafe is called Messy King. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Hello there, young man. I see you're not wearing a mask. It's winter solstice today, don't you know? I'm aware. That's why I'm out taking picture. Actually, no, I'll ask. What's winter solstice? By shepherd's flame, young people these days. Yes, the darkest day of the year, in many a way. Hence the fire, hence the mask. Where do you live? Who's your priest? I'd like to have a word with him. I live in the dorms, I guess? I'm a student. Puh. Is Father Neil not attending to the herd? Or are you kids skipping out on sermons? It wouldn't surprise me not one bit. He's got more of an offhand approach. We like it that way. So, you've come to warm yourself by the fire? It is kind of nice, actually. This is the flame of the shepherd, my boy, the start and the end of all things. We are made by fire, and we die in flame. The warmth is what sustains us, the love of the shepherd. Say nothing and warm your hands by the fire. You see, many seek out the comfort of the shepherd without wanting to devote themselves to him. They think it's a comfort given to them, but no, it has to be earned. Earned how exactly? Like I said, by devotion, by living a virtuous life, following the tenets of the scripture, and by singing his praises. It's gonna be a pass from me. Not much of a singer. Don't get cute. All the options were cute. What do you want? Don't get cute with me, boy. Prayer, of course, is a fine start, but the true core of devotion lies in keeping the shepherd and his teachings in your mind and heart at all times. So what, go to church, confess your sins, be a good citizen? Yes, mostly. So what, if I go to church, I'll be saved? If your heart is truly in it, then yes. I'll give it some thought. How about that? You know, actually, since I've got your attention, any idea what happened to the clock? I've been busy tending to the fire and the lost souls that gather around it. What of the clock? It's missing a hand. Do you see anyone fiddling around with it? Well, I certainly saw those two young women standing around it earlier, smoking, swearing, deviants, all of them. Where's the younger generation coming to, I ask? I don't know, you tell me. They seek acceptance from their peers in all the worst ways, delinquents and mischief makers, smoking at that age. I'll wager they haven't even been to church in years. Mark my words, I'll pray for them and their families. Yeah, smoking at that age? What's the world coming to, huh? Not me, though. I'm a good boy. Mind if we keep this conversation going? Really enjoying myself, if you couldn't tell. I'm done asking about the shepherd. I don't want to encourage that. Mind if I take a picture of you? Picture? Of me? Of the fire? Dare I ask why? The lighting is really good. I just think it'd make for a swell shot. A swell shot? The solstice campfires are an important part of our faith, boy. If you're taking a picture, you need to ensure you capture the gravitas of the situation. Let's see. Don't worry, I'll ensure the to frame the fire as the central piece of the picture, with you tending to it as its devout follower. How sharply observed of you, boy. Perhaps I did judge you too harshly. Let's see. Most definitely. So is that a go-ahead on the picture then? All right, you've convinced me. Take your picture. All right. I did say I would center it in the shot. I should at least not lie, I guess. All done. I confess I'm not too familiar with the art of photography. We won't know until I've developed it. And I shall wait and see. Patience is a virtue, don't you think? Enjoy the wait. See ya. Alright, get me away from these motherfuckers. Although again, it's a very pretty shot visually. But fuck them, get them out of here. Hotel window. I wonder what it would be like to stay at a hotel. Bet the bed sheets smell nice. What's this? They're talking. Sean, where's the carrot? We're almost done. Don't matter. Some copper is going to take it down. Take it all down before tomorrow morning anyway. No way. We built it too sturdy for that. They need like big shovels and hammers to knock this one over. Yeah, ain't no way they're knocking this one down. Psh. Then it'll just melt. Point is, it won't be here tomorrow. It'll melt before it's done anyway at this pace. Sean, get the dang carrot. I just love how filled in the scene is. Like all the people playing here on the street, you look up in the windows, like every room looks kind of different. Got thrown out last time I tried to take pictures in here. Guess they really don't want anyone taking pictures of their clientele. Wonder why. Goddess is real, isn't she? Of course she is. She's as real as they come. Nuh-uh. Shut up, Paul. You're just trying to rile us up. No, I'm not. Goddess is as real as you and me, and she loves sneaking up on little children, creeping into their bedrooms at night and biting their toes off. What the fuck? I said shut up, Paul. Even if she was real, she'd only be coming for mean boys like you. That's what Mom said. Lord. I thought the goddess would be like a likable type of motherfucker. I guess not. Shop window. Pricey. You can buy an apartment for less than what this place would charge you to furnish it. Okay, there's somebody there. I don't know if they're the last person. Uncle Lewis. That's a lot of booze. Somehow I doubt they've got a student discount on beer, though. Bookshop. Poochie's Reads. Looks like they've got all sorts of knickknacks besides books, too. May. Okay, so there's at least 2 more people to talk to. Geezers. I can investigate the... Okay. Observe the geezers to identify their leader. The geezers seem mostly to regard each other as equals, bumping and honking and shoving against each other whenever deemed appropriate to do so. Surely they have a leader, though. Continuous observation reveals what appears to be some notion of... Alright, that's a new word to me. Gerontocratic rule? We'll look that one up later. The eldest of the geezers, a large, praying one, appears to be treated with more respect than the others. All geese are equals, it seems, but some more than others. Let's see. A large, graying one appears to be treated. Which one is the large, graying one? They all gray. The geezers regard you with suspicion, but soon return to their scheduled gutter picking. I want to ask you geezers something. Okay, I already tried to identify their leader. How come you're hanging out on the street? You're not worried about traffic? Sure. You guys know anything about the clock over there? Never mind. Mind if I take a picture of you? The geezers mostly ignore your request and remain too spread out to nicely capture in a picture. Okay. Here, you geezers, if you take this birdseed, will you all group up nicely? You throw some birdseed on the ground, and the geezers gleefully pounce the seedy treats. Now's your chance. Haha. Honk. Honk honk. Not the most original shot, but it'll do. The geezers go silent, staring you down past offended beaks. Oh, one more thing. I already asked this, already asked that stuff. Here, have some on the house. The geezers swarm the handful of birdseed, picking it away. You've served your purpose now. They only feel the need for seed. Alright, I'll go. I didn't learn anything from that exchange, but... best shakes in Gaston. Taylor, mannequins in there are better dressed than I am. Okay. End of the road here, so let's talk to this guy. Service the interest is out back. Is that your standard greeting for my kind? No offense, kid. Our kind doesn't have business in this neighborhood unless it's, well, business. And what's your business, friend? Mechanic. All kinds. You busted, I'll fix it. Name's Lincoln. What's your line? I'm a student, photography major. Good for you, kid. I mean, it might not lead to anything, but it's always nice to know you gave it a shot. No regrets? What kind of pictures you take? God damn. Shouldn't the older generation be encouraging the kids? I mean, photography might not be the easiest major, to be honest, but still, Jesus. Let's see. What kind of pictures you take? Beautiful ones. Oh, you mean the kind of photos people actually pay for? And here I was thinking you were just doing artsy crap. Let me ask you, how do you find folks who are willing to take their clothes off? The fuck? I mean beautiful in an abstract sense. Composition, lighting, that sort of thing. Oh, so like museum stuff. I mean, they have nudes in museums too. Yeah, but not the good kind. Fucking Lincoln. Oh god. Let's see. Anyway, I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. What's on your mind? Let's talk a little bit about this fucking pervert here. Lord. I noticed you have a mask. Winter solstice, folks around here really eat that shit up. And you don't? I think it's just an excuse to play dress up and stay home, but the residents tend to give you the side eye if you don't participate, so that's why I got one. What made you go for the raccoon? Oh, yeah, it's I mean, I'm not trying to be mean-spirited here. If anything, it's a celebration of your kind. And how exactly are you celebrating my kind? Just picking it, you know. I mean, they had all kinds of kind down at the costume shop. Doesn't it say something that this is the one I chose? Depends on why you picked it. Why I picked it? I don't know. I guess it just looked the most fun. I like the colors. I like your colors too. Thanks, kid. They had a whole ton of my kind in the store too. Maybe next year you can go as one of those. Maybe. Let's talk a bit more about you, though. What's your take on this neighborhood? I'd also like to point out that I've talked to quite a bit. And I still haven't got any clue on what's going on with that clock, so my detective work is not going well. It's nice. Too nice. Something lurking beneath the surface? Nothing that sinister. I'm sure it's just I'm sure it's true of some people around here, but you can find that anywhere. I'm just always afraid of breaking something or offending someone. Why don't you work somewhere else? I like doing quality work, kid, and this is one of the few areas where people are willing to pay for that. You should see the rush jobs the slumlords on the West End try to force on you. Shortcuts like those always backfire. I don't want that on my head. Can you just report them to the city? Force them to do the right thing? The second I do that, I'd be out of a job. Then my family would be forced to live in one of those death traps. And that's if we're lucky. Yeah, that is awful. What's on your mind? Did I ask him all the questions about him? What's it like being a mechanic? The work itself's nothing to sneeze at. I love coming in, seeing something busted to shit, and getting to turn it into something good as new. You feel useful, important. What don't you like? Only downside is that it's not really steady work. You have to save your money when it's going well, learn how to scare up customers when it's not. Okay, I already got you. You broke the clock so that they'd pay you to fix it. How's business right now? There's always tons of repair in the winter and summer. But now that we've hit the solstice, things are really going to start drying up in a couple months. And that's something I'm going to have to plan for. Okay. You live around here? You trying to be funny, kid? I can't even afford to buy lunch around here. Nah, I'm a 6th floor walk up just off Granville. At least it's 3 bedrooms though. 6 floors? Yeah, you should see the calves on my youngest. 4 years old, and you can already tell she's gonna be an athlete. Oh, it's the silver lining? Let's talk about something else, though. Can I have one of those smokes, man? No, I asked about the clock. Ah, yes, grandfather's steam. What about it? One of the hands is missing. Any idea what might have happened? Come to think of it, I did see those punk kids snickering around it earlier. I bet it's them. What punks? You'll know them when you see them. Shitty clothes, shittier attitudes, stick out like a sore thumb in these parts. Can't you just fix it? Nah, that's a city clock. Any work on that has to go through the proper channels. Whole process usually takes 2 to 3 months. But once it does, cha-ching. I ain't clever, but not dumb enough to fix it for free. Figures. Is that all? More about the clock. Nah, I already asked him that stuff. Can I have one of those smokes? Smokes? I don't know. How old are you, kid? Old enough to how old are you? Let's see. That's not a polite question. My thoughts exactly. You really got an attitude, don't you, kid? All right, here you go, but you didn't get it from me, all right? Definitely haven't talked to May yet. Oh, Leona, please don't pout. Maybe Mommy will be able to buy you a toy next solstice. Or the one after next. Now, let's head home. It's a long way back to the west. Excuse me? Excuse me, are you eavesdropping on us? See. Eavesdropping? You were speaking very loudly. Oh, I'm sorry. Was my little Leona disrupting your otherwise perfect day? It must be such a burden to have to acknowledge a struggling mother who can't afford to buy a simple toy for her baby girl. God damn. I was just walking by. Why does she have this kind of energy? These aren't simple toys. They're wildly overpriced. Probably because this is the wealthiest area in town. Oh, I suppose you think my daughter and I shouldn't even step foot outside our little hovel in the West End? Can't have us poors upsetting the Gaston gentry with our tattered rags, can we? Oh my god, this bitch is so annoying. Yeah, but why torture her by exposing her to things she can't have? I'm sorry if I made you feel unwelcome. You think words are gonna make up for this? Words are cheap, words are nothing. If you really want to make it up to us, go in there and get my daughter a nice proper toy, and don't forget the receipt. This bitch is... Yo! She is the worst. Isn't this just a bookshop? Well, there's a beautiful toy train in that store that my little Leona has her eyes on. Maybe if you bought her that, she'd be able to forget all about this abuse. God. Sorry, I can barely afford my tuition. A student, I suppose I should have guessed from the clothes. Yo. What's wrong with my clothes? Well, they're about 2 decades out of fashion, which means they should be due for a revival if you can hold on to them a little while longer. Though I doubt those janky threads will be able to hold on that much longer. God damn. God. She has been roasting me non-stop. You should know a lot about the finer things. What? Oh, well, just because we're in dire straits doesn't mean I have to be ignorant. Maybe I like to motivate myself with the finer things. What are you accusing me of? Maybe you're a little better off than you're making yourself out to be. And maybe you're an idiot. I mean, look at you, roaming the streets without a master in the solstice. I hope the goddess has her way with you tonight. God. The goddess? You don't know about the goddess? You need to get yourself some religion, boy. Now get lost, you're scaring off the others. What others? Ugh. Never mind. Just leave us alone if you're not going to be any help. Wait, I want to ask you a few questions. Yeah, what? I'm gonna ask about the clock. I don't know if I'm gonna get a picture from this lady. She's a mean bitch. About the clock over there. That ridiculous clock, what about it? Hand's missing. Any idea who did it? I saw some of those awful teens hanging around it earlier. They were laughing too. And not the nice kind of laughing. The kind where you're up to something. Can you describe them a little more? They hang out in a group and all dressed the same. One of them bumped into Leona yesterday and refused to say sorry. They just kept walking. What were you doing here yesterday? You said you weren't from around here. Did I say yesterday? I meant earlier today. The whole incident really rattled me, and my daughter even more so. You know, when you get the peace back from them, you should force them to buy her something nice to make up for it. You really need to let that one go. I want to know more about her. Let's see. Why is it so important that you get a toy for Leona? Maybe you don't think she deserves it, but I just want Leona to have something that's close to a normal childhood. Toys are a big part of that. I really wish I could help. People love saying stuff like nice. Yeah, saying stuff nice like that. Doing something though, very rare. That's what I figured. I'm not doing shit for this lady, man. She's clearly a con artist. Fuck. Let's see. And that's what I figured. Let's talk more about you. What do you want to know? What brings you to this neighborhood? Oh, Leona wanted to get some fresh air, and the West End isn't exactly the safest place for a woman and her child. Gastown seemed like a safer option. That makes sense. Can I ask you something else? So what's up with the masks? It's for winter solstice. It protects us from the goddess's trickery. And the way things have been going, we need all the protection we can get. You really think a mask is going to help? It's not just that. Wearing masks lets us the chance? That's not me, right? That's written wrong. Lets us the chance to pretend we're different people. People who can afford to live in this area. People who can celebrate the solstice through the giving of gifts. I think I know where this is heading. Can we change the subject? I want to know more about you. Where do you live? A squalid little hole in the West End. It's a studio, but luckily we only have to share it with 4 other people. 4 other people? My mother and father are both very sick, so we have to look after them. And my brother and his daughter, they're sick as well. What do you mean by sick? Well, my parents are both pretty frail, so they need constant tending. And my brother threw out his back at work a few years back, and is basically bedridden. And my niece has a bit of a runny nose. At least the runny nose will pass. With my luck, who knows? More about the nose. Oh, more like who knows, but okay. Oh, so you're an idiot. Go away, idiot. Did I ask her everything? I think I did. Sounds contagious. Just sick and tired of taking care of others, but I suppose I should thank the shepherd that I'm still in position to do that. Anything I can do to help? The only thing that brings me pleasure anymore is seeing my baby girl smile. Maybe one of those toys in there would do the trick. Wish I could. You could if you pawned that camera of yours. Might even have something left over for yourself. Alright, I'm done with this bitch. I'm done with you. Can I walk inside? Can I actually go inside this place? Alright, so I don't even know if that's an option, but... Okay.
Stop.
She's trying to scam me the whole time. The second I walked up, she said I'm dumb and poor, but she wants my money. Adrena, what do you want? I didn't say anything. Yeah, but you're all up in our space, so I'm gonna ask again. What do you want? Seriously, man, what do you want? Swallow your fear and say nothing? Dude, seriously, what the fuck? Freeze. Your vision is based on movement. Alright, I like the way you commit. Now what can we do for you? Okay, you've taken the past funny and back to weird again. So tell me what you want or beat feet. Damn, I was almost cool. Sorry, I was just hoping to ask you some questions. Uh-huh. What are you up to? Whatever we want, what's it to you? Doesn't really seem like your kind of neighborhood, which probably means you're here for a reason. Nah, I don't think that's... You know, fuck it. We're here exactly because it isn't our neighborhood. The bougie shitheads who live here hate dealing with anyone who isn't one of them, especially when they look like us. And since we've got to hang out somewhere, why not kill 2 geezers with 1 brick? You shouldn't throw things at geezers. It's an expression, dumbass. What kind of sick fuck would actually hurt a sweet little geezer? You're the one with the expression. No idea, but I imagine they'd probably dress like you. That's low, man. Fuck. What is this conversation? That's low, man. Real low. Sorry, let's go back to talk about you. What are your names? Mine's Adrena, the one in the hat goes by Ajax, and the other's Apollo. Okay, so Adrena, Ajax, and Apollo. AAA names. You meet in front of the phone book or something? Phone books go by our last name, dork. But yeah, we chose them together. Is that like a gang thing, the AAAs? Gang is just a friendship club that's trying to sound tough. We don't need to sound tough because we already are. Now, what else do you want to know? Okay, let's keep talking about you. I asked their names. Shouldn't you be in school? Man, you really are a busybody, aren't you? Why would we want to waste our time in that propaganda factory when we could be out here messing shit up? What do you mean messing shit up? Hanging out where they don't want us, making fun of losers like you, breaking shit, whatever we want. Sounds kind of meaningless. Beats whatever you're up to. Hey, I'm making art. Art is important. Man, that's hilarious. Art is important. Oh man, that's great. You're really something else, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that hurt my feelings. What do you guys do for fun? Each other. Fuck. Sounds messy. Nah, we always clean up after. I meant emotionally. Oh yeah, we try not to have those. Sounds unpleasant. It's not unpleasant, it's nothing. Avoid. Aren't you paying attention? Okay, let's talk a bit more about them. Shouldn't you be in school? How come your friends won't talk to me? Because they're my friends, not yours. Next question. Alright, I have a personal question. How do you three know each other?
Okay.
Juvie. Apollo was in for buying drugs off a cop. Ajax was in for selling drugs to a cop. I got busted for mouthing off to a cop. After we met, we realized we could just do all that shit to each other and leave the cops out of the equation. You mouth off to each other? There's not much else to do around here. Okay. About the clock over there. That shitty Steam thing, what about it? Hand's missing. Any idea who did it? How am I supposed to know? I'm not some old biddy staring out my window trying to keep track of the neighborhood. I drink and smoke and screw. Nice.
Alright.
You done asking weird questions now? No, I want to know more about the clock. Everyone is saying they saw you take it. Technically, they didn't say that. They just said that they're there, but sure. Everyone? Psh, balls. Come on, guys. I just need the hand back. Ugh, fine. It was us. So what? You fucking figured it out, narc? Sorry. You fucking figured it out, narc. Why'd you do it? Why not? It's a huge waste of money. And it's tacky as shit. Plus, it's pretty sweet watching losers like you freak out about what happened to it. So what now? You gonna turn me in or something? No, of course not. I just want the piece back. All right, but under one condition. Before you put the hand back, I want you to take this felt pen and draw a big dick under the hour hand. That way, we'll be long gone before anyone sees it. Time passes to reveal a fat chode. It'll be hilarious. I don't know about this. Just do it, man. I'll think about it. Alright, let me see if there's anybody else to talk to. Maybe there's another way to get the thing from them. Fan covered in snow. I don't know if I talked to everybody yet. Maybe they'll take the cigarettes for it as a trade. I got them from the mechanic in that one annoying religious dude said they were smoking, so. Of course, I shouldn't give cigarettes to minors, come to think of it. Did he do it? Did the ink stick? Okay, so I guess I don't have an option now. So I have to do it. Let's investigate the clock. You peer up at the four faces of the monumental timepiece, studying it carefully. What am I looking at here exactly? Grandfather Steam, Pride of Gastown, is an old steam-powered clock and an oddity in the sense of it being known as a landmark of the city that isn't a depiction of an ape. Interesting. Examine the area around it. You shuffle around the steam clock for a moment, but fail to discern anything of value. The theft was recent. The fact that it hasn't caused more commotion yet proves that much. But evidently long enough ago, there are... sorry, struggle with English there. But evidently long enough ago for any tracks of snow to be stomped down. Here, I got your fucking hand. I'm drawing a dick. I'm a grown-ass man. Alright, I don't have time for that. Once the hand is clicked into place, it pauses briefly before once more picking up the pace and ensuring the passage of time continues unfettered. Good to have you back, Papa.
Hey, yeah.
There it is, all fixed up, all ready to tell me the time. We did it, man. What a weird thing to spend an evening on. I kind of liked it better without the hand, honestly. All that matters is we got to hang out, Larry. Psh. We spend every evening together, man. Usually, anyway. You gonna take a picture of that clock or what? Not yet, I'm savoring the moment.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Sure, go right ahead. Savor the moment. Done? No, give me a moment. Keep savoring. Keep savoring it even more. Savor it even further. Shh. Savoring. Savor the very last of it. Howard. Yeah, okay, I'm done. Take a picture. I kind of like having me in the picture, since I'm the hero of the story. Well, what do you think? Was it worth it? Won't know for a bit. I trust you, man. You wouldn't take a bad picture. I would, out of spite.
Hey.
So did you take all the shots you wanted? Are we done here? Yeah, it looks like that was the last one. Oh shit, really? I guess we are done then. Larry, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. The whole ordeal with the hand? What did you make of it? No, Larry, there's something else. Yeah, what's up? Okay. University is over soon. I guess I'm not 100% sure on what the plan is.
Yeah.
Step 1, find an apartment. Step 2, we move in. The next steps are a fucking dance, my dude. And if they aren't, I don't... What do you mean? All those plans, man, what if they don't work out? What are you getting at, man? The plans, man, our plans. By which you mean... By which I mean considering the idea of having separate lives? Bro, are you like breaking up with me? No, I'm just saying that thing I think this is a typo. I'm just saying that things have a way of getting complicated. Might as well plan for that.
Yeah, all right.
Right. Well, sure, that's okay too. Are you sure, man? Yeah, if you find someone else to live with, that's fine. Great, even. I'm not gonna stand in your way. Why would I? Yeah, but what about you? What about me? I'll move into an apartment next door. I'll come around every day, hang out on your couch. You can come hang out on mine too. It's that easy?
Huh?
I don't see why it wouldn't be. All right, okay. That's all I needed to make sure of. Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. Whatever happens, I'll be around for you. And you'll be around for me, right? Of course, man. Then let's not worry about what will and what won't happen, all right? Nothing's gonna break us apart, okay? Howie and Larry forever. That's it. That's right. Feel any better? Yeah, I think so. Good. We'll be fine. Now, can we get off the street? I swear it's getting colder and darker by the minute. I'm not saying that love you shit, because I know where this goes. The people of Gastown were perfect subjects for your final project photo.